Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back and thank you for supporting me. I'm Coretta. In this tutorial, I will show you how I use HTVRonts Clear Sublimation HTV to sublimate on this 100% cotton black t-shirt. The process is slightly different from when I did the white t-shirt. Want to see how I did it? Come on, let's get started. For this project, I will be using a black Gilden heavy cotton t-shirt. I will be using Caesar Easy Weed White HTV. I will be using HTVRonts Sublimation Clear HTV, and I will be using Cricut heat tape. I will leave a link to these items in the description of the video. For this project, I have chosen an image I found on Google. You can use any image of your choice. The first thing I am going to do is upload my image to a blank canvas. To upload the image, I'm going to select Upload on the left menu toolbar. I'm going to select Upload Image. I am going to select Browse so that I can browse to the location where my image is located. And then I'm going to select my image, and then I'm going to select Open. Here the image will upload. I am going to select Complex, and then I'm going to select Continue on the bottom right. As you can see, the image does not have a transparent background. And I know this because the background is not blue and white. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to select the preview cut image in the top right hand corner. And as you can see, the entire square is dark. And so that would mean that when Cricut goes to cut this, it's going to cut a square. And so I'm going to hide the cut image, and then I want to remove the background. So to make this a transparent background, I am going to scroll down to the bottom where you do the manual background remover, and I'm going to select More Options. And scrolling down some more, I'm going to make sure that the select tool is selected. And then I am going to, on the reduce colors, I am going to select the drop down menu, and I am going to select 2. This will change the background color to one color, making it easier to remove the background with one selection. Okay, so with one selection, so I click the background anywhere, I clicked on the background, and as you can see, it removed all of the yellow around the image. And that's what I want. You can see the blue and white checker background, which indicates that this is a transparent image. And so that I can show you, I'm going to select the preview cut image again. And as you can see, it has the cut image of the design. And now that I have my transparent background, I am going to select Apply and Continue on the bottom right-hand corner. Next, I will select the Print Then Cut image, and on the bottom right, I'm going to select Upload. On my recent upload, I am going to select my image, and then on the bottom right, I'm going to select Add to Canvas. Now that I have the image on the canvas, I'm going to size it to 11 inches proportionately. So making sure that the design is selected, I am going to go to the top menu, and I'm going to make sure that my proportion is locked, and then I'm going to change my width to 11 inches, and then I'm going to hit enter. Now, if you notice on the layers panel, there is an exclamation mark. This exclamation mark indicates that the image is too big. If I was to click this exclamation mark, it would tell me that my image is too large for 8.5 by 11 paper. That Cricut has indicated that the max size for this shape is 9.93 inches by 4.57 inches. So I can either auto resize my image to fit the max size, or I can change my paper. Since I am using an Epson EcoTank 2750, the max width that I can print is 8.5 by the 8.5 inches in width, but my height can be up to 47 inches. So for this project, I am going to change my paper size to 8.5 by 14. So I'm going to change my paper, and then I am going to select load type on the top menu of this screen, and then where it says print then cut page size, I'm going to select the drop down menu, and then I'm going to select the 8.5 by 14 legal size, and then I'm going to select done. Now that I've changed my paper size, the exclamation mark has disappeared. Okay, so with my sublimation image size to my desired size, the next thing is to create a layer for me to cut with the White HTV and a layer to cut with the Clear HTV. To create these layers, I am going to duplicate my sublimation image. So to duplicate, I am going to again make sure that the image is selected, and over on the layers panel on the top menu, I am going to select the duplicate icon. Now, because I will be cutting this layer with White HTV, I am going to change the operation for this layer from a print and cut to a basic cut. So I'm going to move this down, zoom in a little bit so that we can see the screen better. And I'm going to make sure the image is selected. And on the top menu, under operations, I'm going to change print and cut to basic. Once it changed to basic, I am going to also change the color to white, which would indicate that I will be cutting this on White HTV. Now, I need another layer to cut for the Clear HTV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the basic cut layer is selected, and on the layers panel, I am going to select the duplicate icon. I'm going to move it out of the way, and then I am going to change this color to gray. Now remember, once you duplicate your sublimation image, you cannot resize either of the layers, or your design and your HTV won't fit together. And I have designed my image to fit exact because I don't want any white border showing around my image. And so I want to make sure that none of my image is resized. So I have my 3 layers here. I have my sublimation layer. I have my White HTV my White HTV layer, and then I have my Clear HTV layer. So now that all of my layers are done, I can go to make it. Here on this screen, I have 3 mats. I have a sublimation image mat, which is my print then cut. And as you can see, it is on a 12 by 24 mat because I am using 8.5 by 14-inch paper. And then I have my white mat, which is going to cut my white HTV. And then I have my gray mat, which is going to cut the clear HTV. Since all of these mats or all of these layers will be applied with heat, I'm going to mirror all of the mats by mirroring. So I'm going to select my print then cut, and down here I am going to select and turn on the mirror option. And I'm going to do that for the remaining mats. So my HTV, my white HTV, I'm going to turn on my mirror. And for my clear HTV, I'm going to turn on the mirror. After I have mirrored all of my mats, I am going to select continue. Next, I want to print my print then cut mat. So to print my print then cut mat, I am going to select send to printer. I'm going to make sure that my sublimation printer is selected. I'm going to leave my bleed on, and I'm going to select use system dialog. And then I'm going to hit print. Once the system dialog box opens, I am going to select my sublimation printer, and then I'm going to go to preferences. Here on preferences, I am going to select one of my sublimation presets here. And so I am going to select the 8.5 by 14 premium presentation matte preset because I will be using 8.5 by 14 legal size paper. I am going to make sure that my paper document size is correct, my paper type is correct, my quality is on high, and then I'm going to select more options, and then I am going to uncheck the mirror image option because I mirrored my image in Design Space. Once I've done all of that, I'm going to select OK. And then I will select print. Now that I have my image printed, I will get everything cut out. For the print then cut image, I will use the medium cardstock cut setting. I will make sure to place the paper on the cutting mat the same way that it is on the computer. For the white HTV and the clear HTV, I'm going to place on the mat with the shiny side down. And I am going to use everyday iron-on cut settings for both the white HTV and the clear HTV. Okay, so here I am at the heat press, and I've already lint rolled and pre-pressed my shirt. I've also placed the white HTV on the shirt about 3 inches down from the collar. This is Caesar Easy Weed vinyl. So I am going to press this at 392 degrees for 5 seconds because I only want to tack down the HTV so that it sticks to the shirt. And so I'm only going to press it for 5 seconds. So because this is Caesar Easy Weed, I am going to remove it as a warm peel. And because I tacked it down, I'm just going to peel it away really slowly just to make sure that I don't pull up any of the vinyl. Okay, so I'm going to let this cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to place my clear HTV on top of it. Okay, so I let that cool off, and so now I am going to place my clear HTV on top of my white vinyl. And I want to make sure, since I cut it exact, I want to make sure that I line everything up correctly. And so now I have that placed down on the vinyl. Again, I want to make sure it is down exactly on top of the white HTV. Now I will press the clear HTV onto the white HTV at 392 degrees for 15 seconds. Now, according to the instructions, this is a cold peel. So I will let it cool down, and I'll come back once it has cooled down. Okay, so here I am at the desk, and the clear HTV has cooled down. So I am going to peel it from the shirt. And the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to place my sublimation image over top of the clear HTV, making sure that I get everything aligned up. So once I get everything aligned, then I am going to tape down the image. So make sure everything is aligned how I want it. Okay, so then I'm going to use my heat tape, and I'm going to tape it down to the shirt. And yes, I'm going to use a lot of heat tape because I want to make sure that the design does not move. Okay, so now I have my image taped down, and I have placed butcher paper on my heat press. I've placed butcher paper inside the shirt, and I'm going to cover the image with butcher paper. So I'm going to cover it with the butcher paper, and I am going to press this at 392 degrees for 50 seconds. Okay, so that's a good sign. We can see the image through the paper. Okay, so the image has cooled down, and so now I'm just going to peel off the design. I'm going to peel the sublimation paper off of the clear HTV. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that is pretty. That is really pretty. Okay, nice and vibrant. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Yes. Okay, so that is my sublimation on dark fabric. Black t-shirt, aka black t-shirt. So what you guys think? I like it. All right, guys, that's all for now. I hope that you were able to follow along with my process. If you like this video and would like to see more, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond back. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.